Good morning, friends and comrades. You'll have to excuse the noise in the background. Here in the complex, they're working on the yard. The theme of this video is why the left should give up on electoralism at this point and focus on movement building. This is what I would have said today in Congress when they tried to do the final vote to send $40 billion to Ukraine. And I wouldn't care if I'd be impeached the next day. This is what I would have said. And in student government, I was almost impeached myself for taking principal positions. So I'm speaking from experience. I would have said, those who trained the organizers of Unite the Right in Charlottesville were in Ukraine. Neo-Nazi groups like Azov Battalion. The blood of Heather Heyer and other victims of fascism are on your hands if you vote for this. Half of the 40 billion could erase all homelessness in the United States. Why are we going to bankrupt ourselves to further World War III, to end humanity, and to back neo-Nazi and fascist forces in Ukraine? I would say something like that. But of course, the only one who stood up today was on the right, Rand Paul, a libertarian. He single-handedly put a stop to the 40 billion being sent to Nazis in Ukraine. The entire squad, including AOC, all the progressives, are now pro-neo-Nazi. That's indisputable. The entire Democratic Party is pro-neo-Nazi, and most of the Republican Party are pro-neo-Nazi. They know. They have the experts. They know before the Maidan coup that they backed in 2014, the Democrats, that groups like the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, who investigate anti-Semitism throughout the world, determined groups like the Azov Battalion that were emerging in Ukraine are Nazis and anti-Semitic groups. So they're pretending not to know, but they know. But it's in the interest of going against Russia. Is this the first time? Let's look at the time of the Soviet Union. People talk about Operation Paperclip. They talk about Nazi scientists. What they don't talk about is what happened later. The Condor years, or also known as Operation Condor. In South America, Nazis were sent there by the CIA, where they went through the rat lines, what was called the rat lines through the Vatican. It was one of the first CIA operations. And what did they do? They became military advisors and trainers of the fascist juntas in South America. For example, one of the Nazis that trained the Rangers that captured Che in Bolivia, Klaus Barbie, was one of the worst. He was known as the Butcher of Lyon concentration camp, one of the most brutal Nazis in France. And that's the type of people that they were protecting then against the Soviet interests, against Soviet allies, against Cuban and Argentine guerrillas like Che. And now they're using it to go against Russia and Ukraine. And they're showing their true face that they're willing to support Nazis. What lack of decency is this? This proves any progressive you want in the Democratic Party, they're going to vote along party lines for things like this. It's time to let electoralism go, stop with the pointless effort, and focus on movement building towards a revolutionary, truly leftist movement, anti-capitalist, pro-socialist movement to bring down the U.S. empire from within, let alone the anti-imperialist movements in Latin America that I support as well. Thank you, friends and comrades.